All right, let's get started. It's Frank here, Vyral Marketing in my new home office. Just moved to Phoenix and we're getting everything set up. I'm coming at you in August of 2024. For those of you in real estate, this is the big week when the buy side commission changes. So you'll probably be hearing much about that. That will definitely be on the consumer's mind, and we are going to address that for your topics for September. So we like doing these kind of early in the previous month. It's early mid August right now, which gives you plenty of time to think about what your content's going to be for the month of September 2024. I'm going to have it all here for you. We're going to go through what you should say as a real estate agent, what you should say as a real estate recruiter or trainer to your peers, and also what you should say as a mortgage broker if you're in the mortgage business. And your September topics will go through if you're in property management. Those are the kind of the four big industries here at Vyral Marketing. We have others. We could put scripts and content together for you there, but most of our customers are in those four real estate focusing industries. So let's get started, shall we? Let's just quickly review the topics for August. This is what you're supposed to get out this month. This is what we talked about last month. Brief review, then we'll get into the September topics. Again, I'll share my screen here. All you have to do is just go on over here to our website, click topics at the top. Let's start with real estate agent. August. Should I make repairs before listing my house? And how much does it cost to sell a home today? Kind of a precursor to what's going on here with the buy side settlement. And then the lead generation message for this month, the month of August, is to send out an email to your database offering people to get a free rate quote. In fact, rates just dropped. They'll probably drop even more. They're forecasting a rate cut, supposedly in September when the Fed meets. So this is an email that goes to your database to invite people to find out what the rate would be, and you can send those leads over to your mortgage person to help them out. So that's August. Real quickly, again, I'm not going to go in too much in depth into these. Mortgage broker, if for the month of August, here are your topics. Property manager for the month of August, here are your topics. And last, real estate recruiter, sales trainer, you're in real estate and you're marketing to your peers. Here we go. Here's your topics. This is what I'd like you to send out for this month. And there you have it. So let's talk about September. Let's do the rundown. Here we go. Month of September 2024. Video 1, are we headed into a buyer's market now? Some places of the country are definitely seeing that. Others, maybe not so much. I think for most of you across the country, what we're seeing is a rise in listing inventory, but it's not necessarily closing or it's sitting on the market a lot longer. And buyers are starting to get a little more power in the transaction, so to speak, depending upon where you're at. So I think a great topic in the month of September, especially as more probably negative news comes out about the economy. Are we in a recession? Is going to be a Fed rate cut? Are we headed into a buyer's market? Is a beautiful topic. And as far as we're concerned, that is going to be answered by our subject matter expert, Steve Lamoff. He'll come up with the 3 key points for that for you, but you may have to adjust your answer in your script that we'll give you for your market. Next, which leads you to, in a buyer's market, should I get my home pre-inspected before listing it? This is pretty straightforward. ChatGPT will give you the answer in this one. There's a gazillion answers. You can just Google this to find your topics. We'll put together the script for you, but I think those 2 video topics will really speak to what's going on in the seller's mind in September. Now, the lead campaign, what I think I'm going to rebrand these as is more of an item of value campaign, is to join your VIP home buyer list. What you'll see across many sites, and I mean, it's all over the place, is the cash offer. Hey, I may have a buyer for your home. Would you like me to find out how much this buyer is willing to pay you for a potential off-market transaction to save the stress and the hassle of a traditional sale? In order to be able to ethically make that claim for a cash offer or have a buyer, you actually need to have them. So sending out an email to your whole list, something to the effect of, hey, are you thinking of buying? And are you serious? Well, get on my VIP list. Opt in now. We'll call you. We'll vet that you have the funds. We'll get the buyer's agency agreement signed. And we'll make sure that you're ready to move on any maybe off-market properties of someone who's maybe soliciting offers on their home that we know about that doesn't necessarily want to go through the hassle of a traditional listing. So you'll see an email for our real estate clients in the month of September, an email going to your list inviting people to sign up for your VIP home buyer list. And all that is a list of very motivated buyers that you properly vetted. So when you go to the marketplace saying, I have a buyer for your home or a potential buyer, or I can get you a cash offer, you can back it up. All right. So I'll put that together for you. Join my VIP home buyer list. That's what's going out as a real estate agent. Let's keep moving. Let's go over to a real estate trainer or recruiter. Let's scroll down to September. Again, this is going to be the talk of the town in real estate after the NAR settlement. Video one, how do I present commission options to a seller? More specifically, how do I present a menu of services other than just a traditional list your home? What's the optimal menu of service offerings to provide to a seller? And again, how do you determine the best price to list a home? This one is going to be a little bit more specific, probably based on our subject matter experts answer, Chris Waters and Bradley Pounds, because they're going to write these for you. But this one's pretty straightforward. This is all about essentially how to run a CMA of pending, solds, actives all around the home. And you'll give a good answer of how do you determine the best price to list. Remember, your target audience for these topics is probably an agent, a couple of years in the business that's doing somewhere between, 2 to 12 deals a year is who you're speaking to with these answers. All right. Chances are if you're watching this, you're doing significantly more production than that. All right. Then last, your item of value or your lead campaign, this email that goes out to drive back to a landing page, is going to be to watch my office tour video. What I'd like you to do is grab your cell phone and just go walk around your office. Show the office, show people working, show what you're doing, kind of like a little day in the life. Doesn't have to be crazy. It could be 10 minutes long, probably sounds about right. I'm just trying to keep that camera as steady as possible and show me your office, show me the culture, show me where you'd work. Like be the journalist of what's going on in your office. And we'll send an email out saying, hey, have you ever wondered what it would be like to kind of start your behavior change program, so to speak, of getting you prospecting again, getting you on the phones, getting you in an environment where you're excited to work? Come see what it's like inside of our office and our culture that we have here and what it'd be like to walk in. So I think sending out a very simple video, again, this is recorded right from your phone to everyone to opt in to get it, is a really solid recruiting lead. Wouldn't you love a list of any of your peers that opted in to get your office tour video? That's what you're going to send out in September for agent recruiting. Let's keep going. Back to topics. Mortgage brokers. Let's scroll on down here for our mortgage brokers in September. All right. Big question. Will interest rates fall by the end of the year? Will interest rates fall? That's the number one thing. And that is going to be the talk of the town in September when the Fed meets. And you'll have a video ready to go to enter that conversation right in the consumer's mind. Will interest rates fall or will they fall further? We might even change that because who knows what's going to happen? They might drop more, but will they fall further by the end of the year? And the second video topic is why are so many buyers backing out last minute? And I want you to talk here about the rise of insurance costs on the settlement statement, or at least the mortgage quote when it comes back a couple of days before closing, kind of the shock of what the rate really actually is, title insurance, kind of the inflation that's going into the payment, where it's a lot more than people think. So you are seeing, and I'm sure if you're in mortgage, more buyers backing out saying, keep the deposit. I can't take on a 30-year loan obligation like that with maybe the way the house is. And then last, you're probably going to see an uptick. If those rates drop, if they drop further, I don't know what the exact number is, you know it in your head, download my refinance guide. Hey, put your information in. If you're thinking about refinancing your home and you're trying to make a good business decision, if that makes sense, download my guide. You can find these refinancing guides online. We do not have them for you. Your brokerage will probably have one, but we'll send out an email. It'll drive them back to a landing page to download your refinancing guide. Just have one on file. If you don't have a refinancing guide, just call them and say you'll have a refinancing conversation with them after they opt in. But I think these messages are really going to resonate if you're in mortgage for the month of September, if you're in mortgages. And last but not least, let's go to our topics again for September. Let me give you a good overview of this. Let's go over to our property managers. Let's scroll down to September. All right, nothing really crazy here. I don't think there's really much going on with property management in the world of news. So we're going to kind of keep this one easy. It's not going to be too timely. These are more evergreen topics. Is how do you conduct a proper mid-lease inspection? This kind of implies that you actually do this for them, which you should. So let's say you're 6 months in the lease. It's time to go out and take a look at the property proactively to catch any problems that might be festering. How do you do that? Explain that to the landlord, most likely watching. And then this is a big one. I mean, I'm sure you know about this in the property management space, but lead-based paint. And if you have a contractor going out to the house, there's liability there if they start, you know, raising lead everywhere in their remodeling jobs. So do I need to get my contractor lead renovator certified? Research that and figure that out. I do own rental property myself, and we got our contractors lead renovators certified, and that helped us out with some sticky situations. Making sure that we had that as our defense whenever you're dealing with lead-based paint, which is probably one of the most hotly litigated issues in property management that could take you out if you're not protecting yourself and obviously protecting your tenants too from breathing any lead-based paint from any type of contracting work that's getting done. And then last, the lead campaign, or again, what I'll probably change to the item of value campaign, is just find out what your home would rent for. Let's just send something out. Hey, are you wondering what your home would rent for? Rents are up, they're cooling off, they're stabilizing. Pretty much that's the case across the country. While they're up considerably, they're stabilizing out, some places even falling. If you'd like to find out what your home would rent for, let me know and I will find out. I will do a rental analysis. And you'll send that email out to your landlord database to see if one's interested in finding out what the property would rent for. And there you have it. That's your strategy call. You come to Vyral Marketing to stay in better touch with done for you video marketing to your database. You come to us to follow the Vyral Marketing Plan, which is to build your database, put a 36 touch in place, and we went through your topics for your 2 Q&A videos for September and your 1 value item for the 4 key industries. And we'll help you get this stuff out. We will get this stuff out. We'll do a great job. And then ultimately, it's your job to prioritize your follow-up with anyone who engages with any of this, opts into the forms, clicks the links, responds, whatever have you. See if they're interested in an appointment. The marketing is just there to warm them up. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask it in the chat. I think these are solid topics that will do well for you. We only got a couple people on here. Do you guys have any questions for me before we end the client meeting? We're going to keep these short and sweet. I just want you to know what to say. I want you to be confident in what your topics are going to be for next month, knowing that I did the heavy lifting to kind of figure out what's the message of the moment in context of everything that you said all year to get something valuable out to your list. Any questions? I'm here. I'll give you guys a minute to ask if you want. That's it. That's our strategy call for the month. Appreciate you guys. Take care, everyone.